Dr. Sage. Grand Rising. How are you, beloved?
I'm doing well. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone.
Yes, yes. I'm so glad you're here. I want to move this to the side so everybody can see what the title is. Oops, no, no, no. No, Lisa, I don't know. I don't know. It's not going to let me do it. But I, when we first started working together, my goodness, has it been a year ago?
I think just about, yeah. I think it has been. Yeah, yeah.
Just about a year ago, we met and we started working together. And you told me that your methodology of transformation, or the transformation that you help others achieve, is via spirit babies. And I was thoroughly intrigued, and just, that just hit home, having been one that's lost a child due to stillbirth, and others have heard me on the channel, after Roe v. Wade, having had to make decisions in my life, um, that, where I had to utilize that option. This is just powerful and special. Um, can you introduce yourself and just tell us how you got to this? How did spirit babies come into your life?
So it is like a daycare center over here, right? I'm Dr. Sage, and affectionately, I call myself the Spirit Baby Doula, and I specialize in spiritual fertility. And I call myself a spiritual womb care coach. So while I do a lot of work with our spirit babies, um, I'm really evolving to work with anybody who's trying to birth anything. I think our 3D minds tell us, we know what fertility is, we know the term baby, right? And so our 3D minds have to put that together, right? Um, but we're birthing things all the time. We're birthing ideas. We are, we're birthing children, right? We are starting something new all the time. But from my perspective, when we talk about spirit babies are those souls, if you will, who have not just aren't ready to come in yet, or just about there. They're trying to figure things out, trying to get some clarity before they come back into our lives. So that's whether you've had children before, whether you are thinking about conceiving, whether you just say, I'm done, having children altogether. I don't think that we are at a loss from having wanting to have extra guides and angels and protection and things like that. But our spirit babies, they are our guides of joy. They are loving, they are helpful. They are here to help bring you understanding, to bring you love. And sometimes that's the love that you feel like you're missing because maybe you have experienced some type of loss and you're like, oh my God, I'm just missing something. They're not gone. They're still here with you. They still rock by your side every single day. They help you get through your day as well. They give you messages just like you meditating. You're like, I'm going to meditate. I want to get messages from my angels, my guides, my ancestors, because that's what we talk about, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have spirit babies here also who are here to give you messages. And they are even here to tell you if you're in a position where you're trying to conceive something, they're here to give you advice on how to make them come into fruition if that's your goal, or how to make whatever you're birthing come into fruition. So I think that it sounds like crazy, right? Some people are like, oh my God, what the heck is a spirit baby? But they're just an extra guide. But this guide is just so innocent. It's so joyous. It's peace. It fills you up with love and care. And if you tap into them and learn how to communicate with them, your life can change tremendously because it forces you to think in a different way. Um, and I'm going to use the example of, say, someone who has experienced a loss. What do we feel when we experience a loss? We feel like, oh my God, we're ashamed, right? Our self worth takes a hit. Our self esteem takes a hit, right? And excuse me. And then we don't feel like we're strong enough to move forward, right? So we start
Mm-hmm.
to feel all those things. Those feelings are valid, but we take it out on ourselves. where our spirit babies are here to say, no, 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 I just wasn't ready yet. I still have some things to work through. There's still some fears here that I'm not quite ready to come into fruition yet. And that could be for the individual as well, where, maybe some things are out of alignment. And then that's why I come in. I use your spirit baby guide, and I sit and I connect with them and help to figure out what is in misalignment for you right now. So if you're trying to birth a child, what does the spirit baby want you to do? And a lot of times it's something that they want you to do for yourself. It's not necessarily something they want for you to do for them. So are you not loving yourself enough? Are you not playing enough? Some of those things are so important, but we get so wrapped up in life that we completely forget about playing. And
Mm.
that knocks you out of alignment when you don't play. And I know we had Talia on yesterday, and
Mhm.
literally she was talking about play. And we
Mhm.
forget to do that because I understand life is hard. And we just kind of get wrapped up in our routine of what we do every single day. And so it's really interesting. I know some people are like, "Oh my God, what is this?" But if I explain it to you, I could explain it to you all day, and you would be like, "Wow, I would have never thought that there was something like this out here."
That's so interesting. So you're talking about whether you've evolved because, mind you, a year ago we were only talking about womb healing and as a result of loss of, children or loved ones. So I this is just fascinating to me. So, and I say this all the time: we're manifesting something.
Yes.
365 days, every minute of every day, every second, we're manifesting something. And a lot of us watching this now, and those are going to be watching it later or over and over again, they're going to be saying to themselves, holy cats, like I'm birthing, it might be a business or a new career or your love life or, a new partner or whatever, but something, a house, what have you. So, how is it that then utilizing these spirit babies or allowing them to work in our lives, how do you help facilitate that?
Yeah. So what I typically do, so I'm also an intuitive reader, and a Reiki master teacher as well. So I use those skills to connect with the spirit babies. So they speak very well to me through cards. That's how I do a lot of my communication, through cards, through either oracle cards or tarot cards, and then just like whatever feelings and hits that I'm getting at that particular time.
Mhm.
So while we were as you were talking, and I was thinking about how I look at spirit babies and then spiritual fertility. And if you think about what fertility is the act of producing. So whatever that is, and you are producing something at some point. So you're needing to know, are you producing good soil right now? Or
Mm.
are you growing weeds? What are we doing here? Right? So communicating with your spirit babies, they're helping us to bring everything into alignment. So everything that is pure, everything that is love, everything that is light, all things good, right? That's what our spirit babies are doing. So it's not always necessarily about the baby unless that's your goal. If your goal is to, yes, I want to conceive, I've experienced loss, I can help you with that all day. But if your goal is to, exactly what you said, I want to manifest some love into my life. I want to manifest this new career, this spiritual business, whatever that is, whatever your baby is for you. Your spirit babies help you to gain understanding. They help you um, to get confidence about all those things that are unfolding for you at this particular time. They give you clarity on your journey. So that could be your journey to whatever you're birthing, your fertility journey, if that's what it is. They help to improve your mood because, again, their goal is joy, peace, happiness. So that play part, you need to connect with that part. It's not all about being serious 24/7. That's why I joke when I first came in. I'm like, it's a daycare center over here, right? Because literally sometimes I do feel like there's like kids sitting around me. Sometimes it's just like they like to come here. And then full transparency, I'm a person that does not have children. And the reason I found out about spirit babies is because literally it was something that I desired. I desired children, not knowing that I had a mockery of children to help get into the world. That is my gifting, to help these children come into the world. So essentially I do have tons of children. I'm glad I don't have to pay for them all, but I do have them, right? But our spirit babies also help us with like healing and closure. So that comes when we were talking about the miscarriages and the stillbirths and the abortions and things like that, where we're trying to get closure from that. Maybe there's some guilt in there. We've talked about, I know Dr. Lisa, you talked about it yesterday, and we had Melinda J talk about it as well, about our chakras, being in
Mm-hmm.
alignment with our chakras. It's all about that as well, having all your chakras aligned. So they help you with that, because that's where that doubt, that insecurity comes from, that uneasiness, the fear, where your spirit babies are going to help you to get a deeper sense of peace and calm, to calm some of those things down so that you can feel feel and hear clearly, so you can
Mm-hmm.
think clearer than what you may be doing. So that's part of, those are part of the reasons why we would communicate with spirit babies. They help to empower us with our life choices. Like I said, confidence. They give us insight. They give us answers to questions that we may have. So just like when we sit and we meditate, just even doing that, and we're sitting there and we're listening for maybe that inner voice, whatever that inner voice is for you, you can hear and communicate with your spirit babies as well, with that same inner voice as well, and get answers and get perspective of things that you may not have done, because we know what the opposite is. We know what, when it comes to when we're not aligned, we know what that looks like. We know what emotional pain is. We know what the physical blocks look like. We know what ego based thinking is. We know what the opposite is. So that's painful. So your
Yes.
communication helps you to come out of those things in those areas of your life.
This is so unique, guys, because most of the times when people, even myself included, when we're like, "Oh, connect to your spirit guides," and da, 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 right, we envision them or they come through as adults, unless we're beginning to work with like inner child work, and then that's usually the only time I would typically encounter a younger spirit,
Right.
or if it was a loss of, I mean, I guess I've met people's younger, like their cousins or their brothers or their sisters, if they've passed and transitioned early in their physical incarnation. Um, but the unique thing I love about this is that this really gets to the heart and the root of when we talk about birthing and we talk about joy. Like there's no other joy like the joy of a newborn or a toddler. Like
Right.
they are just full of just, it's just laughter and peace and just unconditional love. I think the other thing, though, I find unique about utilizing spirit is about working with, I hate to say utilizing it, it sounds horrible, about working with spirit babies, is that for babies, it's all about them, but not in a weird narcissistic way.
Exactly. It's pure. It's pure. Yeah.
Do you find that they help us as grown people?
They do, because some of the a good majority of the spirit babies are have lived a life. So these
Mm.
are these individuals who are ready to kind of reincarnate back into life. And
Oh.
I think we talked a bit about it maybe yesterday, when we were kind of I'm thinking it was yesterday, but it was such a great day, so it could have been another day. But it's like when you're deciding, okay, am I gonna come back, or this I'm gonna come back as a angel, or I'm gonna come back in human form. What am I gonna do? So you have some that are like, nah, I'm just gonna be a guide, and you have some that are getting ready to reincarnate. And I want to encourage individuals, especially those who have lost, because a lot of times we take it out on ourselves where we think we did something. And sometimes that is that spirit when they decide, like maybe they decide just at the last minute, like, I'm not ready yet. There's still some work that needs to be done for me, and I'm not ready yet. And it's devastating for us in this 3D world, but and so that's how we take it out on ourselves, right? And
Mhm.
they come back to help us, like, no, 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 this is what I need, this is what I need for you, this is what I need for me. They're trying to come overcome that fear, because some of them have lived lives before, and they're coming
Mhm.
back around to help
Mhm.
again, coming back around to be in this world. And the spirit babies also don't have to be your own personal children. Have you ever had a connection with your best friend's child, your grandchild, your niece, your nephew, whatever, and that is not you didn't birth that child, but you would see, people would be like, you would think that this person gave birth to them themselves, right? That could be your guide as well. That could have been your spirit baby guide. It didn't have to come from you. And this is an energy thing, it's not a gender thing. So this is, if you were born with female parts or male parts, it doesn't matter, because it takes two, right? The end of the song, it takes two.
Right,
Right?
right, right.
You know, it takes two. So, we don't want, I don't want it to seem like this is, we're just talking those who have the female parts and they want to bring a child in, because it does take two. So there could be something on the masculine's end as well that needs some adjustment. So I work with couples as well as individuals, and and them separate couples, and then work with them separately as well. So we
Wow.
have to understand that it's not, sometimes I think as females, we quickly say that it's our fault, we did something and it's all on us, and we take the pressure, or you're going through IVF, or you're going through IUI and all those things, and it's just not working. It takes more. It takes two people
Yeah.
to come together and make this happen.
Um, I'm glad you said that. I know we mentioned that a little bit yesterday when we were closing out, but I'm very, very glad you said that, because if anyone has experienced loss of a child, and you were like within, in as a couple, right? You all still together in some form or fashion. I guess even if you're not, but if you're female, your male counterpart, the father of that child, still feels great loss.
Right.
And society just doesn't allow them to express it,
Exactly. Exactly.
you know?
Yep.
And that great loss can end up being the beginning of the end of the relationship.
Absolutely. That's absolutely true. I just, like you said, exactly what you said, as a society, we automatically, these masculines are supposed to be so macho, they're not supposed to show emotion, but this is traumatic for them too. They
Hmm.
are, I mean, it's the same, they're in this process as well. When you
Hmm.
are going to the doctors, if you have someone that's very involved and you're going to doctors and things like that, they're involved in this
Yep.
as well, because this was a piece of them also.
Yep.
But the way the society is kind of made up, we kind of think, oh, well, the woman is the one that's going to feel, so, what, all the feelings, and we kind of forget about the masculine, right? And we can turn that into like a therapy, conversation, right?
Hmm.
It's the same
Hmm.
deal. But we kind of, they're like, oh well, I'm a man, I'm not supposed to, that's not what we do. And they're going through the same trauma, so we have to learn to give ourselves some grace, regardless of what side of the coin we sit on in a situation. How are we
Right.
going to really nurture ourselves through this and get back to going? And like you said, sometimes it could be the beginning of an end of a relationship as well. Now you have two things happening at
Yeah,
the same
especially if
time.
you don't deal with it. Like
Yes.
I just know in my own personal, you know, when I lost my son, and he was the fourth child. So he was can be the baby of the family. Um, it was horrible on the relationship. I blamed him, he blamed me. Like at first it wasn't that, but it becomes this blame game. We
Right.
blame each other, we blame God, we blame the doctors, we blame, although there was something medical that did happen. So it probably was, that probably was the group of individuals
Yeah.
to put the blame towards. But you end up blaming each other, and then you blame yourselves, and then there's this just really bad energy between the two of you because both parties at some point, like, people feel for you to a certain extent,
Right.
but then
Hmm.
they stop. You know,
Exactly.
there's all, and this is with any loss, though, in all
Hmm.
actuality, right?
Right.
It could be the loss of a child, a parent, a brother, a sister, any type of family member. It could be even the loss. I'm dealing with this with my youngest daughter and the loss of her job.
Right.
It's still a
Exactly. It's
loss.
it's it's a loss. Yeah. And it could be traumatic if it's something like you go to work one day and then they give you a letter at the end of the day. I wasn't expecting that. This is trauma.
And that's exactly what, right? Eight and a
Yeah.
half years.
Right.
And then she's part of this. I guess there had been a first wave of layoffs. Long story short, she was not expecting because she just got promoted. Things are looking great. Her team's doing great. Her department's doing great. She's still, giving 150%.
Yeah.
So and I had to talk to her like, you need to go on and feel. Like, don't just sweep
Yeah.
this under the rug. You have to go on and feel.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about that. I want to also explore, though, the fact also that, let's say, so the men that are listening to this, you all are birthing things as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Y'all are
Yeah.
birthing as well. Go ahead.
Yeah. And that could be ideas. So maybe there's some idea that's stuck because that's what happens. Our ego steps in and you're like, yeah, I want to do this, but I got to take care of my family. And so I'm going to work this job that I really don't care anything about, but
Yeah.
I'm going to do it because I feel like if I step out, I'm supposed to be the man of the family and I'm supposed to do this, this, and that. Wait, hold on. Just like you back your counterparts up and say, yeah, you can do anything, so can you. You can birth anything you want to birth as well. It's not, it's not just for you, like, yeah, I'm going to be the supportive person. Let someone support you as well.
Yes. Yes. Because we have to remember, in the spiritual realm or in energy, there's not gender.
Exactly. Exactly. It's an energy thing.
It is an
Yeah,
energy thing.
it's an energy thing.
This is just so beautiful. We've got Dr. Sage's website on the bottom of the screen. You guys really, really need to take an opportunity to go on and check it out and go on and book some time with her and work with her. She's got a myriad of ways, wide range of ways, from short term, just kind of individual, all the way up to longer term, highly transformative program way of working with her as well. And
Yes.
I also definitely don't want us to not, we have to pay attention to the fact that, listen, she has a resource that she is graciously gifting to you all. Um, we're going to have her register. We're going to put a registration link in the chat as well. So if you've been here, you're just popping in, or maybe you were here yesterday and you were like, well, I'm not sure if I want to register. Go on and register so that you can get access to this free gift. And so, do you mind to letting us know what that's all about?
Yes, absolutely. So, what I have for everyone is the Reconnect to Joy journal. So, what this journal is, it focuses on your lower three chakras, and we talked a lot about that over yesterday. We were talking about that root chakra, that sacral chakra, and the solar plexus. So in the journal, what you will find are different ways to connect and align that particular chakra. So you'll find some crystals in there that recommended for those chakras. You'll find some color ideas and things to wear. You'll have some yoga poses in there. And then my favorite thing is that there's some journal prompts in there. So it's about a 40-page journal there for you all. So we're going to talk about those three chakras. You'll get some outline about that, some tips, and then some journal prompts. So utilize it and start to really feel your way through some of what it is. And I'll even tell you what is the misalignment. Once you go through the journal, it's little prompts. They say, well, if I feel like this, and this, oh, maybe this is out of whack. So it's a great little resource to kind of jumpstart your alignment process.
That is amazing. Can we get put some hearts in the chat if you have been able to click on that link and the link works properly? Want to make sure everything's working. Put some hearts in the chat if you're going and grabbing that gift. And then also, before I forget, when you go to her registration link, then you'll also be able to register for our VIP access, which again, you get the replays, you get access to everybody's free gifts, 2 free masterclasses, so much. What is the free offer? I mean, the VIP offer, excuse me, that we're offering folks?
Yeah, so for our VIPs, I have the Spirit Baby Communication. So it's a 3-week intensive workshop. So it's one class for over a week for 3 weeks. And so the first week we'll talk about more in depth about what are spirit babies, what is a spirit baby realm, how do we identify our spirit baby guides. So that's what happens in the first week. Then the second week we'll talk about goals. So everybody will get a spirit baby reading from me during that workshop. And then we'll talk about what our goals and get those direct messages. And those are really powerful. And even just sitting in and watching someone else get a reading, a lot of times it's really emotional. So if you're like a person that likes to cry because you need to just get it out, sometimes you just need to get out. You should sign up for that because you might need to just release some of that from in there. And then the third week, we'll talk about how to work with the guys on more of a long-term basis. So what does that look
Wow.
like? Journaling, how do we what things should we journal? How to use tarot cards or oracle cards if you want to learn how to do that. But you're learning how to continue this on from after these 3 weeks are over. You're getting the long-term part of that. So this is typically almost $1,000 value. So for our VIPs, I'm doing it for $197, and I would love to have you. The class is going to start in January. It's over 3 weeks, so start the new year right with that. And then everything on my site right now is discounted. So if you're just looking for a spirit baby reading, hop over to the site. Everything is discounted. Every reading, every service is discounted right now, so you can take advantage of anything you would love.
That is amazing. You guys, that I'm probably going to sign up for that. Like, that's just amazing. I can't even begin to tell you how wonderful and how transformative, not just the journal, but then those 3 weeks are going to be for you. And again, go to her website. It's being shown both in the chat and on the screen. Do you have a few minutes that we could do just a couple of questions?
Absolutely, yes.
I've noticed a couple comments here that I was like, I saw them, guys. I just was not like over here clicking away. Hey, Jace, how are you? Well, I want to speak to everybody. Hello, Jason, Shiny, and Red Violet Crystals, and Joanna, and the Southern Astrologer, and Chanel. Hey, Chanel, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Crystals and Chai, Just Curious Commentary is back again. Amelia, hello, hello. Hello, Fatima. So Fatima said this, what first caught my eye. Fatima, that she's a 3-year-old and a 3-month-old. And
Wow.
that is magical.
Yes.
That's a lot of work, girl. Woo. A lot going on. And they teach me to live in the moment. That's their only focus.
Yeah, exactly.
And Fatima says she channeled her daughter for years before she incarnated through me. She kept telling me she was ready to be born years before I had her. Do you find that
Amazing.
that's fairly common?
I do. That definitely is. And so and that moment, that gives you hope. You're like, oh wait, I know. So maybe it's something I need to be doing. So they will help you. When you
Absolutely.
especially already, like me working with someone like you would be awesome because you already were able to channel on your own,
Absolutely.
your daughter. So that's amazing.
Absolutely. Let's grab a couple other. Oh, and she also says she swears her son's babysitter was her child.
Yes. I'm telling you, I am telling you, these children that you just kind of cling to. Oh my
Hmm.
gosh. You're like, I could have had this child myself. They would have been like,
I
you would think they
know.
came from you.
I know. I know. That's how I feel about my eldest granddaughter. I swear my eldest granddaughter is my son that I
Yeah.
lost.
Yep. And that
It's
happens.
it's interesting because I have to like
Mhm.
I had to readjust my energy because I knew. And we
Yeah.
looked at, if any of y'all have seen the pictures of my eldest granddaughter I put up sometimes, it's like that's my child. That I didn't have to work to have. There you go. My wife and I adopted twins. My son survived. My daughter passed away 6 hours after birth. I'm so sorry. Sometimes I wonder if she's still around. My son is 7 years old now. What do you think?
Absolutely. I had a client that I worked with a couple months ago, and they had a loss some years prior, and they were wondering, that same question, are they still around? How do they feel? Are they okay? And throughout that session, we were able to find out the gender of the child, as well as it gave them an opportunity to name, to give that child a name.
Nice.
And the child had, as we were sitting there, we were through the session, that child was very opinionated about what they wanted their name to be, um, and gave us very clear no's, no answers. But it was so amazing because we were able to give that client the opportunity to get some closure around that, and part of that closure for them was getting the gender and then having the opportunity to give a name to their child. So it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Nice. That's wonderful. Renata says that she's still healing. Oh, honey, tell us about it a little bit,
Yeah,
if you want. Idalia, one of our wonderful producers in the back. The infertility duel is one of the hardest and least talked about.
yeah.
It's difficult to heal.
Yes, it absolutely is. And that's why I'm very cognizant about saying that I'm a spiritual infertility coach versus a spiritual fertility coach, because we're producing over here. We are growing here. So we are going to acknowledge this part that has happened, and we're going to work our way through it so that we can make ourselves more fertile. So that's what we're doing. But it is, some people really work through this journey in silence. They feel like they're by themselves through it. If you're going through IVF, IUI, or something like that, this is a perfect alternative to add to that journey, because it just can give you a little bit more peace to deal with what your body is going throughout this process.
Thank you. That's amazing. We've got Divine Empress Healing claimed hers. We got some hearts. It's working. It's working. It's working. Babita says it's working. That's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, Jace, go grab it. Let's put her link up again. Go grab the free resource. Definitely. Definitely. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, here we go. Jace says, I'm learning how to give birth to my publishing company. Woohoo!
Beautiful.
That came to me years ago. This is amazing. I'm so glad. See, I knew having this
Yes,
was
that's
going to be
beautiful.
just fabulous.
Jace, I
Got
do
it.
some stuff around with your business, money and career, and how to birth that up. So if you want to chat, definitely send me a message.
Please do. Please do. And we're also putting her social medias up as well. So please do. But you can get a hold of her right there on that website link.
Yeah,
Okay. Click over there. Or once you get the free gift, she'll have your email address.
and I'll
And
reach
especially
out.
if you go in and do that, that workshop in January, which we're going to have to publicize a little bit more about, okay?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, because I'll probably be in the house for that one. Um, my oldest daughter that she was told us she was up there. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
So she was up looking down.
See, yeah,
Wow.
beautiful.
She chose us. She saw us and knew we were
Yeah.
going to need her.
Wow. See,
Have y'all
this is what
seen
I'm
those
telling you.
TikToks where those kids, they'll be like, the parents will ask them, "Have you been here before?" Yeah.
And they can describe their parents from the last, yes, yes. Absolutely. Blown away every single time.
The creeps. I kind of creeps me up, but then I'm like, holy crap, you really remember that? Temple Solar says, I met a couple of my spirit babies through clients that came in for
Okay.
readings. The connection is wild.
Love that.
And that's also happened with Yaya as well. And Fatima says they can remember their past
It
lives.
is.
So cool. Yes. Sometimes I wonder if my grandbabies, some things, because I know they didn't happen this lifetime. And I don't, in the moment, I don't always connect it.
Yeah.
But it's interesting at about 4. 4 seems to be this magic
Yeah,
age.
it does. Yeah. It's like that personality kind of comes in, and it's just like
Yeah.
it's something with that 3, 4
Yeah.
age time frame.
Yeah. My youngest grandbaby, Aria, she turned 4, and all of a sudden there was a whole personality. There was a whole, I mean, not a half. That
Right.
little Leo came all the way
Right.
out.
Like I'm here.
Dramatic and, everything. And she'll say, okay, so when I was a little baby, blah, 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 blah. I'm
Because
like,
we're
I
not
know
still a baby, right?
you're not a baby. Not anymore. Of course not. But then she'll have these memories that we're like,
Right.
when? No. I'll be like, oh, I think that was past, but now her father watches all these things. So now he'll hear her say these things. And now he'll ask her these questions of, can you remember?
Yes.
So
Right.
he's actually like training her
Yeah.
to tap into it, which is wild for me
Yeah,
to
that's
watch. I'm,
wonderful. Yeah.
I'm blessed. I don't think he's yet ready for completely the hoodoo, but we'll get there. He's all
So
right.
we're just in training. We've got the training wheels on, nurturing the gift
He's
from a
doing
young
good.
age.
He's doing good. He's doing all right. Fatima says my son will be 4 in June, and I can't wait to ask
Yes,
questions. Absolutely, ask questions. Ask all the questions.
yes.
And Divine Empress says she met her future child in meditation when she was healing from a traumatic childhood event. Just to remind me what I was doing all this for.
See, peace, love, joy.
Wow,
Yes.
that's powerful. Well, I've kept you a little long. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm happy, and it's so great to see the comments, and people really,
Yeah,
understanding, and taking it. I really, really love that. It's
this is
amazing.
fabulous. This is fabulous. Um, I want to give you an opportunity if there's anything you'd like to leave with us today. In closing, this has been a powerful almost hour we've spent together. This has just been amazing. Anything you'd like to leave with us?
Yeah, I mean, my final comment really is just to remember that this is an energy thing. Give yourself some grace, and we're all trying to truck through this life. Just be gentle with yourself and give yourself a little bit of grace. That's all I got for you.
Mm, amen. And laugh. Could you
Yes.
just laugh a little
Please
bit?
laugh. Yeah, play, have fun.
Please have
Because these
fun.
spirit babies are running around here, they want you to play with them. They want you to dance with them. They want you to paint with them. If you're a singer, sing with them. Do all of that, because those are the things that they often say. She has a beautiful voice. I want her to sing to me. Do it.
Mm,
Do it. So,
wow, that's powerful. That is powerful. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Sage. We appreciate you here. We'll be having further conversations, y'all, because we're going to be sure that no one is left behind for January. So listen,
Yes.
if you want to get in to that workshop, that 3-week intensive,
Yes.
be sure that you access your VIP benefits. You can do so by, by investing at just $27, and then you'll have access to get all of the VIP offers and benefits.
Yes.
All right,
Thank
my
you so
dear.
much, Dr. Lisa. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you, girl. Thank you so much. We'll be having you back on real quick.
All right.
Um, all right, honey. Take care.